We're good. Here we go. I'm sorry. That's my fault.
Good.
Everything says excellent now.
Oh, good.
We were tripping for a minute back here.
All right.
We back on.
I think we're back on.
Now go ahead. I'm gonna get a
just-
post over.
Still on the
I-
same one.
We're not live yet. Again, or we're live, but we're not. The mics aren't hot. I do.
They are actually.
Okay. Opening in 3, 2, 1.
Cool. Sorry, folks. We're we had some issues. We're back now, though. Yeah. So we're back with Tylor Perry, Kansas State grad transfer, right?
Yep.
Soon to be point guard. One of the things I wanted to talk about before we had to end the last stream and had our technical difficulties.
Which is my fault. I apologize.
No, you're fine.
It's all my fault.
I want to talk about the road. We talked about JUCO.
Mm-hmm.
We hadn't talked about North Texas yet.
Right.
I have a couple of questions. I want to talk about the NIT run.
Mm-hmm.
But before we get there, we got to start with the first chapter. What was it like to get the phone call and get that offer from North Texas?
Okay, so before I got to the North Texas point, I was headed to East Tennessee State.
Okay.
It was like a under the cover commitment, and like not a scandal, but like so their players and their coaches had kneeled for all the stuff that was going on,
Mm-hmm.
and I guess the staff and the people in the community, the boosters and stuff, weren't fans of that. And they told the coach, like, you're not going to allow your players to do that, whatever. If you do again, like, you're fired. And the coach took a stand and was like, these are my players. I'm standing with them. If y'all don't accept it, then I'll leave. And they were like, we're not going to – I guess it was something like they weren't going to pay him no more, whatever the case may be. And so he ended up resigning. And, like,
Okay.
it was the day I committed there.
Wow.
Yeah, crazy, the day. And so they ended up calling me, telling me what happened, and, man, it hurt. And
I bet.
'cause I remember committing there and crying, like, on the phone with my mama, like I was like, it's over. I'm so tired of stressing about this. I done finally made it to Division I, and then literally that night they called me and told me that happened. So that was in, like, March, early March. My season was ending in April. But fast forward, we get to finna leave for nationals. We left for nationals like the 20th of April, and the week before, so this is like the 14th through the 19th, we had to go through COVID protocols, and so the school puts us in separation for everybody, and we're in these rooms all by ourselves, like, because if we get COVID, you can't go to the national tournament.
Right.
Everybody in JUCO is not COVID testing, like, it's costing
Right.
money.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all in separate rooms. We getting like 30 minutes a day to go to the gym by ourselves. You got one person on one end and another on the other end.
Probably having to wear a mask and everything, too.
Yeah, like, it was craziest thing ever. Like, we had to stay in this room for 5 days. Like, I was so mad because I'm like, let me stay in my – and they didn't let us stay in our regular dorm rooms. They put us on, like, the bottom floor with limited everything.
Yeah.
And so it was like, I'm mad. So I'm like, let me just stay in my room and stay away from everybody. And they were like, nah, like. And so we're doing these little workouts or whatever. And me and my boy Boston Hulk, shout out to him, he going to South Dakota next year. We're in the gym. He's on one end, I'm on the other. We're in there shooting or whatever. And this is on like a Wednesday. And I'm telling Boston, like, man, I think I'm going to UIC, Illinois, Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And because, I had a really good relationship with their staff. And D. Brown used to play at Illinois, point guard. He was on their assistant. He was assistant at the time. Me and him got super close.
Okay.
We was locked in. And I'm like, man, I want to be around this dude. Like, I want to play for him, all that. And so, again, we in there shooting whatever, had our 30 minutes. We walking out the gym, man. And, like, this time I'm telling my parents, like, I think UIC is it. Like, I think that's where I'm going. We walking out the gym, and I look at my phone. It's North Texas calling. And it's Matty B. And I'm like, he answered. He was like, listen, we're offering you. He was like, it's not nothing that we're trying to fill roster. Like, we need your position. We got to have a point guard, whatever. Like, we need you.
That's tough.
So at this time, I'm thinking, like,
Yeah.
why?
Yeah.
Why? Like, why? Because all this time into my season, like, I'm thinking, like, man, if I get North Texas, I'm good. That's right by the crib. Like, but then it doesn't happen. But it didn't happen because one of their super seniors, James Reese, he ended up going to South Carolina that year. He was thinking about coming back. And so, like, North Texas was brutally honest. They was like, look, if James is staying, like, we're keeping him. Like, we're going to have a spot for you. I'm like, cool. Like, I get it. He been in the program. Like, I understand. And so, like, he was in, 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I think he had told him, like, I'm going to come back. So they were like, look, we're going to go a different direction.
Yeah.
So I'm like, cool. So I'm like, all right, I didn't let that ship sail. They called me that day, and I'm just thinking, like, why?
Yeah.
Why they got to do me like this? And so I heard him call my dad. I'm like, look, North Texas just offered me, like, I don't know what to do.
Yeah.
And so for the next 3 days, I'm in my room stressing, like what is God telling me to do? Like,
Right.
is he just trying to throw a bone to see if I'm going to fetch it? Like, I'm not sure on what to do. And then finally, right at the end, I finally, like, I prayed on it for, like, 3 days straight. I'm like, man, I think I need to go to North Texas. Like,
That's what's up.
I think this is going to be the one. And so finally, I came back home first and talked to my family. And I was like, I think North Texas is it.
That's
and ended
real.
up making the call. And I was like, yeah, this is where I'm going to go. And
Damn.
it worked out like it was supposed to, man.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It is though. I caught the chills. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's hard.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah.
I'm weak as hell. Look.
No,
That's a hard
I
story.
do have a question back here in the corner, and I know you guys can't see me because Tyler has my camera today, so you're welcome. I'll
Can't
give
free
you my
lane
camera
you.
for
Free
the
lane,
day.
for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah. But no, how important is your faith and your structure of your faith to the game and to your life in general? And it kind of just tells the tale of your life in general, right? Working from where you came from to where the point you're at now. And tell us a little bit about how big of a part your faith has worked in that.
It's been everything. Like, coming up, they make us go to church every Sunday.
Yep.
And so, like, they beating it into you. Like, you got to believe in this. You got to believe in that. And for me, it was like, as a kid, you pay attention to religion, but you're not super, like, invested. Some kids are, but, like, I was thinking about when I'm going to pick up a basketball, when I was in church. I was trying to sneak to the gym when I was in
Word.
church.
Yeah.
Mama and auntie sitting behind you ready to, pop you if you ain't paying attention.
Yep.
And so for the longest was crazy. Even when I was up here and I was going to church, with some of my friends, like, I would try to go to church and really understand what they was talking about. And I had no clue what the pastor was saying.
Yeah.
And so, like, I really never understood, like, what am I supposed to be learning? Like, why am I not getting this? Because you can sit in a schoolroom not paying attention and still know what the teacher is talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And it was so weird because, like, I would sit in church and be like, man, I don't know what's going on. Like, and I would question myself all the time, like, what's wrong? Like, why can't I get closer to God? And all throughout high school, I could not figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And I think for me, the biggest thing was I kept trying to be this perfect Christian.
Yeah.
And people kept telling me, like, you got to be a Christian. You got to be perfect in this way and that way. And I kept telling myself, like, what is that to be like a perfect Christian? And so finally, once I got out of high school, I was on my own a lot. I was able to start reading a whole lot more and start understanding as I got older. And it was like, for me in the Bible, it never said, like, you have to be a Christian. Like, God never comes out and says that, like, you never have to be this perfect Christian. You just need to believe in me wholeheartedly and never put nobody above me.
Mm-hmm.
And so when I started understanding that from that aspect, it became so much clearer for me what I needed to do. Yeah. And so before every game, every practice, I'm praying at least 4 or 5 times a day. Like,
Real.
I'm in the shower praying before I head to the gym.
Real.
Yeah, I don't know if y'all ever seen my pregame ritual. I'm sitting before games, sitting there meditating, praying. Before tip-off, I'm praying. Like,
Real.
and it's just, it's a testament to him. Like, I wouldn't be here without him. And so, everything I do, like, all this fame, all this money, everything else, this materialistic stuff does not matter because at the end of the day, like, your soul is going to have to answer for you one day.
That's real.
Your body is just, it's temporary. Yeah. And I tell people that all the time, like, all this stuff is just temporary. Like, eventually, I'm going to have to look him in his face and, like, say, like, I knew you when I was on earth. And so that's always been the biggest thing for me. Like, this ball doesn't stop bouncing, but my relationship with him will never stop. Yeah. So that's always been the biggest thing for me.
That's huge. That's amazing.
That's awesome.
That's a great testimony. Let's talk about the NIT run.
Mm-hmm.
A run that because Jay texted me, I think it was game 1, opening round.
I was on it. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie. Hey, I was supporting the whole. I ain't gonna hold you.
He was. I was worried.
on it,
I
bro.
was worried about why my bracket looked like shit.
Yeah.
But
Oh
now,
my gosh.
I'm like, Tyler playing.
Sure.
Fuck that bracket. Y'all get let me go.
but he texted me. He's like, little Tyler's on right now. I was like, okay, let me cut it on. I can't remember who you guys played, but y'all played well, and I saw some things, and I had my doubts. Not about you, but about the team.
Absolutely.
And
You're not the only one.
Yeah, and I'll wear that hat and admit that I did. But I stayed in tune, and obviously Jeremy, he texts me every time Tyler's on. Tyler's playing right now. Tyler going crazy right now, or whatever. But
spill though.
the more and more I guess people started to doubt y'all, it seemed like the closer y'all came together. You really, were able to shut the door a lot of times in games. And even some games, as you got deeper into the run, it looked like the other team was just not prepared.
Right.
And it looked like you guys, had stayed up all night.
Right.
Like studying for a test.
Right.
I want to say, you had a good test in the championship game.
Right.
But then you hit Buddy with the AI crossover, and look at him, he getting nervous.
For game.
With the AI crossover to the step back.
For game.
And sealed the game.
Yeah.
What was that experience like? Obviously not everybody that plays a sport wins a championship.
Right.
Let alone at a Division I, high Division I level.
Right.
What was that experience like, that whole run?
The NIT was crazy, man, because, to tell you the truth, I'm going to put it out there. My teammates probably going to get on me for this, but we did not want to play in it.
Nobody wants to play in it.
We did not want to play
Clay
in
calls
it.
it the not in tournament tournament.
We
That's
did
literally what he
not
calls
want
it.
to play in it because we felt like we were a tournament team the last 2 years, and we felt like we should have had an at-large. And we know we dropped some games, and, man, our conference was so tough this year.
It was, though.
Any given night you could get
though.
You could get, the UTSA was the worst team in our conference, and they took UAB to overtime. It's crazy, man.
Beating up on each other.
People don't understand how tough Conference USA was, and we dropped a couple games, and it hurt us bad. And then you got FAU that's in the Final Four,
Yeah.
And we were, I think, against Power 6 teams this year. I think we were 4-1.
That's tough.
People don't even understand that. People don't realize that.
I didn't know that.
And they don't realize how tough that is.
That's tough.
Against Power 6 teams, so
that's not easy.
Again, we didn't want to play in it, and we all said in the locker room before the first game, we were like, look, we get past these first 2, then we'll try to go win it. We knew we could beat Alcorn State. We knew it. Shout out to them, HBCU, making it that far. You rarely see that. But we knew we could beat them, and then we got to Sam Houston. We had our doubts against Sam Houston because they was that's like a little brother, but little brother coming in and smack you. And people don't know this. We scrimmaged Sam Houston before the season started. They came in there and smacked us.
Really?
Smacked us. Shout out Coy Grant, man. Came in there hooping.
Yeah.
And so, we in our minds, we was it was still kind of a little bit we don't want to play, but it was we got to get our lick back.
Word.
So the Sam
Word.
Houston game, that's why it came out the way we did. We ended up getting on them big. And shout out to Squash, man. Justin Bailey, assistant coach.
He over there, ain't he? Yeah.
That's my cousin. So, yeah.
Squash over there.
I couldn't let Squash beat me again for my last time in UNT.
Yeah.
He knew that. I told him that. I was like, you in trouble tonight. But
I forgot about Squash.
after we beat Sam Houston, we go to Oklahoma State.
Boy, I ain't gonna lie. You was turned in that.
We go to Oklahoma State. I had animosity towards Oklahoma State.
I know.
I had a whole lot of reasons.
I know.
And I told my teammates knew. I didn't say much, but they seen a different type of me in practice that whole week.
Yeah.
And I'm laughing and giggling in practice all the time. Not that I'm not locked in, but that's just how I get prepared. And they seen a different type of me in practice that week. And the backstory on all that, coming out of JUCO, I emailed Oklahoma State. I got the email on my phone still to this day.
I got receipts.
I love that
I
you
do
keep
too, though.
every receipt. I really love that,
my
actually.
I do too, though. I do too.
I screenshotted the email. So after we beat Sam Houston, Oklahoma State was playing right after us. I didn't care about what was going on after our game. I went straight home, clicked on the game. I'm praying for Oklahoma State to win.
Yeah.
And so
That's hard.
yeah. So again, I have the email that I emailed their coach after my JUCO year or during the year, like when you watch my film, like whatever, like I'm the best player in JUCO. And just check this out.
Yeah.
Never got a response. And they also had a player over there who was friends with one of my mutual friends. I ain't gonna name him. And he was telling this person, like, only reason Tylor did what he did this year is because he's in Conference USA. They don't play nobody, whatever. That's another reason. And I know the dude, like, and so I'm like, that's another reason. And then my ex-girlfriend goes to Oklahoma State.
You gotta go crazy. You gotta go crazy.
She goes to Oklahoma State. What? So she was dating a dude on Oklahoma State's team.
Uh-oh.
So
Yeah.
So and me and her hadn't talked in forever. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was not like I text him or anything like this is gonna be. But you know, it give you a little bit.
Of
It's
course.
still a data
It
point.
give you a little
Of
bit.
course.
You mean? So it's like, yeah.
Let me go and get to it then.
It's that.
Yeah. Yep.
So anyway, we get in the game, and I don't know if y'all watched the full game, but I knew that game was gonna come down to the last 5-6 minutes of that game. And like I had my mind already made up. Like I wasn't gonna cruise, but I was like, look, like
You did flip the
you're
switch
gonna
though.
save yourself for the last 10, 8, 9 minutes of this game. 'Cause that's when you're gonna bring everything out. Like make sure the game don't get too out of hand, but you know, this last 9, 8 minutes is gonna be all yours. It's gonna be your playing field. So I don't know if y'all watch it, but
Oh yeah,
I ain't gonna
we
tell
watched
y'all
for
who
sure.
who her-
Oh yeah.
I ain't gonna tell y'all who her boyfriend is or who whatever, but go watch how many ISOs I had in the first two, and y'all know who he is.
I love this.
So yeah, so
Catching strays out
yeah,
here.
so anyway, yeah, that last 7-8 minutes,
All
I
Tyler.
was like, it's time.
No doubt though.
Yeah.
You controlled the game for sure. Me and Mike was talking about it because I was watching it with Mike. We was like, nah, he really controlling the game,
Yeah.
bro. And on some real stuff, I ain't even trying to be that type of guy, but it's like it's different when you feel like you actually know somebody and they applying that type of pressure.
exactly.
You feel
Yeah.
it just comes with a different sense of accomplishment, bro.
Yeah.
Cause we've been knowing Tyler since he was young, and just
Yeah.
to see him at that level, knowing Oklahoma, that's the backyard basically.
And that was
You
another
feel
thing.
me?
It was like I'm at the crib too.
You feel me?
I'm not
They coulda-
losing at the crib. Like,
Could have easily,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? They could have easily offered. I felt like it would have been a great look over
right.
there.
And shout out to Boynton too. He reached out finally after.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, yeah, you know.
Yeah, clap it up
Yeah,
for
you
that.
know what I'm
Clap it up for that. Yeah.
He
I ain't
definitely- He definitely reached out after this year, but
But watching that on the stage was
Yeah.
crazy, bro. For us, we were super proud, man. And you was really holding that on like a true point guard, bro.
yeah.
Finished with 23-5. I just looked it up.
And
Man.
I think I shot 21 times in that game too.
You
It's
did.
all
And that was
good.
the
You
most
did.
I ever shot in the game. In my
Deep
life.
three ball though.
Oh yeah, I didn't care.
Deep three ball.
You had
I
way
shot-
too many.
I shot like a deep one, like from like 35 off a step back. I missed long. I got the rebound, went back, shot it again.
Again.
Yeah, I was like I ain't losing this game. If we was gonna lose, it's gonna be because of me, and I was cool with that.
Heard that.
And so like,
That's hard though.
I was talking crazy too, and I don't
Oh,
really talk much in games. Like I don't do a lot of talking unless somebody say something to me. But like after I hit a shot, I'm running back down the court looking at they bench, telling them this match, like
Yeah.
telling them like
You deserve that
yeah,
though.
and it was
Yeah.
just like
Sure.
it was that one. That one meant the most out of all the games, honestly, because it was I'm home. Then we get to Wisconsin. Oh my gosh, physical.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Big Ten
Big
ball.
Ten ball.
That's what they do. They're out there beating me to death. And I'm
Yeah. Yeah.
oh my gosh.
Not
like,
getting a
they
lot of calls either.
Yeah, like they guards were like super physical. And so they jumped out on us. And we knew Wisconsin was gonna come in with a chip on the shoulder because everybody wanted Wisconsin to win the tournament. They're the last Power 5 team in the tournament. Everybody, the odds are in Vegas are Wisconsin to win this thing. And like,
Yep.
we knew they were gonna come out with a little edge to them. And again, Power 5 ball is fast, and y'all know how we play. We walking that thing up. And that was a really good team, man. And of course, it came down to the last couple seconds. It was a hard-fought game, and that's just a testament to what this team was this year. Like, we never gave up, and we did all the little things to have to come back and win that game.
Right.
And that's just what we was about. And then that championship game was, I think personally, was top 5, top 4 games in a tournament, including the NCAA tournament, just as a show me and Jordan put on. Like,
Yeah. It was though.
Yeah.
I don't think you'll ever get 2 small guards to put on that type of show again. And like, shout out to that dude, man.
Are y'all real cool? Yeah.
Especially now, like we got so much respect for each other. And it hurt. And I felt like during the conference tournament, he took something from me. And I won Player of the Year a week before, and I knew he was gonna have a chip on his shoulder. And I tell everybody this: he was a man on a mission that night in the conference tournament, and he showed that. 32, and I think he missed probably 7 shots.
He nice though.
He was in a zone, and when a player like that gets in a zone, just like if I get in a zone like that, there's nothing you can do. And he was on a mission that night. He had a chip on his shoulder that night, and he did what he was supposed to do. And I couldn't get the job done, and I felt like he took something from me. And in that championship game, I was like, I'm getting it back.
Yeah.
And I needed it, and what a storybook ending to a shot over him for the end.
Word.
It was like,
you really got hoop maturity though. Like that shit is crazy. Like you know what I'm saying? Like you understand how important it is to battle. You understand what it's like to really take it there with the best, bro. Yeah. And I want to I'm gonna be real. I saw a picture. You were with Dame. Your mentality kind of remind me of Dame's, bro, because I met Dame, and talking to Dame is just like talking to somebody, you know what I'm saying, you didn't knew forever.
Right. It's the craziest thing ever.
You feel me? To be that cold.
I tell everybody all the time, like, if he walked down the street and had a regular conversation with a pedestrian, you would not know he worth $3 million.
That's facts, though.
I was like, this dude is like one of the most humblest, chilled out dudes I ever met in my life, and he got $300 million in the bank. He could be so entitled if he want to, like, and that's he complete opposite. Yeah. That's the wildest
How was picking his brain? Did you pick his brain some? How was that?
Yeah, if you like the pictures on my gram, like we sitting there talking, like he helping me about certain shots, like keeping my balance, like talking about the company you keep around you, and it's like he didn't have to talk to me.
Yeah.
All them kids in the camp, like, he didn't have to single me out and talk to me, but he did, like, just out of the kindness of his heart. That was another thing, like, people don't notice. Dame gave us his phone number before we left and said,
"That's
I'm
hard.
not giving y'all
he
my
liked
email.
That, though.
I'm giving y'all my phone number. Like, if y'all want to ever hit me, like, hit me." And like,
that's tough.
Like, and he was like, "I mean it. Like, I'm open and talking, like, because he know what it's like to be under recruited. He know what it's like to not have the lights on you.
Yeah.
To keep your head down and keep working. And that's just a testament to who he is. And that's essentially why he doing what he doing."
Word. I see a lot of similarities, bro. I'm not gonna lie, bro. I really do. And I ain't just saying that because you my boy, but like, I always thought like you said earlier, for those who don't know or new in here, we talked about his maturity, man. Tyler's always been really mature on and off the court, I'll be honest. He was hooping with us at a very young age, giving us buckets at a very young age. I ain't gonna lie, I didn't like it at first. I didn't like it. But then you just go to see, like, you know what I'm saying, some ball players are different, and he just one of them, so. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you don't necessarily like it. You learn to accept it.
You know what I'm saying? You do what you got to do.
Ain't nothing I can do about that. I do want, I want, as we kind of, wrap things up a little bit, we want to talk about the future in K-State. But if you guys want to ask Tyler some questions, leave some in the chat, and we'll ask him here at the end. But let's talk about the road to K-State. Obviously, I know a lot of people, including us, we wanted you here.
Yeah.
That's okay. We'll wear the purple every once in a while.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm in that purple for sure.
But I want to talk about that. I want to get your thoughts on, obviously you're coming into the footsteps of Marquise Noel, a guy that had a extremely, like, I don't want to call it legendary, but a very memorable tournament run. Does that, do you look at that as any type of pressure, or what's your approach going to be coming into Kansas State this year?
No, not really. I wouldn't say pressure because I kind of went into the same situation in North Texas with Javion Hamlet. He took North Texas to their first tournament win ever in school history. So I walked into that with these expectations. So I live for it. I couldn't get it done at North Texas, not getting to the tournament. And that one stings, but I think my resume there, beat out a lot of me not getting to the tournament. Yeah. So, like, I live for that type of stuff. And shout out to Marquise, man. One of the best dudes off the court that I've ever met. Not just the player he is, but I can't go in trying to beat him. And I tell everybody that. I can't go in trying to do what Marquise did. Because nobody ever do what Marquise did. Like, it's him for a reason. I got to be Tylor at the end of the day. I got to bring what I bring to the table. And at the end of the day, I'm a winner, I feel like. And I still got unfinished business left in the tournament. I haven't been, and so it's gonna be new for me. And I feel like I thrive on the biggest stages, and I definitely don't want to stop at Kansas State. So the run they had was remarkable, getting to the Elite Eight and getting beat by a Conference USA team.
Hey, I didn't think about that. Look.
By
Hey,
a Conference USA team.
that's facts though.
But that just shows, like, man, like they also have unfinished business, and that's also what attracted me to the coaches. They know they're trying to get back, and the Final Four being Phoenix next year, and that's the main goal at the end of the day. And for somebody who's never been into the tournament, that's another goal on my list. Like, you've never even been to the dance. If you go to the Final Four in your first year, what can they say?
That's
all that UNT mess of not getting, like, is out the door.
So do you have a note in your phone of all that?
Yeah.
I
write everything down.
I figured you did. That's amazing. Did you get any type of feedback? Did you talk to anybody like Desi too? A guy that came from Arkansas, transferred to Arkansas State, and then
he graduated.
He graduated. But was he able to give you any insight? Do you have a relationship with sort of our in-state guys around here?
Yeah, a little bit. Like Desi, like I said, Tony Hudson, Jonesboro, that I went to school with, him and Desi are best friends.
Okay.
So it was easy for me, like, if I had any questions. And my dad talked to Desi more than I did for me. I had so much going on, it was hard for us to get in contact. But I was super close with Marquise during the whole process.
Cool.
And so we met in Houston actually last year at a Black Student Athlete Convention. And so we had a really good relationship already.
That's dope.
So it was easy for me to get in touch with him. And, I talked to a lot of still the in-state, guys, and surprisingly they weren't shooting for Arkansas.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I got a question, just a little something off the topic of basketball. What are things that you like doing outside of basketball?
Great question.
Yeah, so I'm with my friends 90% of the time. Like, I got a friend group of like 5 of us, and if I'm not with them, I'm in the house.
I hear that.
And even when I'm with them, we in the house. So
nothing wrong with that.
That's
us.
Facts.
Yeah, especially now, I don't do much like I used to. Like, I used to go fishing all the time.
Oh, we gotta go fishing.
Yeah,
I got some farmland.
I used to do a whole lot of stuff, but like now, like they'll tell you now, like I act like an old man, and they be mad at me sometimes because they be wanting to go out, but I tell them, like, look, we got too much to lose now. Like,
say that.
We got way too much to lose.
Say that.
Like, if we can party whenever I'm done.
Say that.
Not when I make it, but when I'm done. Like, when I'm done, we can go kick our feet up and go party.
John Morant, you listening to this, man?
Yeah, like.
What's so funny is Sam in the chat said, "Shout out Ja."
Yeah, like
that's real spiel though, bro.
And they know I'm not. Cause it's for me, it's different. Like, Ja was a second pick, like, so he had a little leeway.
I guess
I can't have no leverage. Like, I can't have no marks on me because I'm already at a disadvantage. So ain't nobody finna say I seen Tylor in the club every weekend.
Come on.
I seen him out every weekend. Like, we'll go to have fun. Like, we'll go find a 4-wheeler to get on.
Come on,
country, man. Like,
please don't get hurt.
I'll go mudding.
I was about to say, just please don't get hurt.
I know what he doing.
I'll go mudding or something before I'm, you know what I'm saying? And, like, we go get, like, lake houses and stuff, and we go chill at, like, I just went kayaking, like, a week ago.
Wow.
Yeah, like. So
that's dope, though.
Yeah, I do stuff like that, but, like, I cannot afford to. I refuse to. Like,
that's so real.
If I don't make it, it's going to be because strictly I wasn't good enough, and I'm cool with that. Not because somebody said Tylor was not a high character. He was doing this. He was out. He was drinking. He was smoking. Whatever the case may be. Like, it ain't gonna be because of that. It's gonna be because
that's real.
It felt like basketball. I wasn't good enough.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
live with that. That's nicely said.
That is. I want to kind of piggyback off that answer real quick. Now, hypothetical. Let's say, you try and you try and you try, and basketball turns its back on you.
Right.
What are you going to take? I know you haven't thought about it, but what are you going to take this mentality of you're not going to beat me?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to be the best at this. And like you told us earlier, when I walk into this area where everybody's around, I'm going to be the best at whatever I'm doing. Where would you see yourself taking that mentality and kind of shifting focus? For Kobe, it was business.
Yeah.
For other certain people, it may be relationships, maybe movies or whatever, acting. Where do you see yourself?
Coaching, for sure.
Cool.
Yeah, like, I got nephews now, like, and little kids just around the area that you know, I look at it and I'm like, look, when I get a hold of y'all when I'm done, like, we gonna work. And that's the thing, it's like, you know, looking back and, you know, where we from, it's like, it's so, I can't explain to you how many kids it is down there that had so much potential to get out of the area.
For real, bro.
But did not have somebody to be like.
The guidance, bro.
Yeah, like, and now somebody who done lived it, who was in the area, who came from the same spot, I think they'll listen.
Right.
Instead of just like a coach, like, I did this in the 90s. We don't want to hear that. Like, ain't nobody trying to hear that. But somebody who actually was like, and you can have social media to go look. Like, a lot of people don't have coach that played in the 80s. We can't go look at what you did. Like, we can look it up or whatever. But, like, now the social media is records of everything. And, like, now they can go look back at me when I'm coaching and be like, okay, he actually was.
Nah, he was.
You know what I mean? And so, like, for sure coaching. And I know, like, I'm going to be just as competitive. And I'll probably be even more crazier. I ain't crazy right now, but I know if I get into coaching, I'll probably have an attitude on the sideline. So
you get locked in, you can be.
Shoot, even when we were training today, he was. You could tell it's in him.
Oh, 100%.
You know what I'm saying?
Explaining the ice,
Explaining the ice, getting us right. Yep. Getting us right. That's so dope, man.
That's cool. I do remember now in the championship, either in the championship game or the semifinal round, they did a bit on when I think you went to speak at like local preschools. What was that experience like?
Oh, it was crazy. And I tell everybody, like, I had more fun than the kids did. Because you never get that experience no more. Like, where you could just, and I didn't even tell my coaches I was going because I didn't want them to make it a social media thing.
Wow. That's huge.
Yeah, and it was
man,
like,
that's dope, man.
And I knew
that's
if I had told
time.
them, like, they would be like, make sure you get pictures, make sure you do this. And I'm like, it wasn't about that. Like, it was literally the kid that asked me to play one-on-one at the girls' game, and I couldn't get the balls out or whatever. And I told him, I was like, I'll just be at recess tomorrow. And he thought I was playing. So I talked to the teacher because he was talking crazy. You know, a little competitive came out of me. And I'm like, dude, I'll play you one-on-one for real. You going to start playing with me. So.
I see you tomorrow.
So I was like, all right, I'll be there tomorrow. He thought I was playing with him. So I told the coach, like, look, like, the teacher, I was like, when y'all's recess? And he told me. I showed up right at recess. I was waiting on him.
On time,
It's you. Meet me out here. And so.
That's so dope.
So it was crazy. It was the day of a game, too.
That's
we had
hard.
a game that same day, and I'm like, forget it. Like, I'm going, so I don't care.
Man, we need more of that, man. That's dope, man.
Yeah, I had so much fun with them kids, and, like, before I left Denton, I just went back out there to say bye to them, and that was one of the hardest things ever, too, is because, like, I really had a relationship with them.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't just going over there for the laughs and giggles. Like, I really talked to them, like, some of the names, and I gave them, like I said, I did what Dame did. I gave them my number.
Hard. They blowing you up now. Look.
As soon as I left,
TV.
man, it was like, as soon as I left, I'm answering calls for an hour straight. I'm like, but I love them, man, and I can't wait. I don't know when I'll be able to go back, but like I can't wait to see them kids grow, and just me doing that. Hopefully, it just inspired them. Like I could do whatever I want, and I told them that like don't ever put a limit on yourself because you can do whatever you want, and like I said, I love them kids, and I can't wait to see what they become.
Yeah,
Man,
that's so dope.
That's truly amazing.
What?
Because when you think about further or earlier in the conversation, what Dame did for you is essentially what you did for them.
Absolutely.
And a young kid nowadays, they're so impressionable.
Yeah, you never know. Like you never know, and so like little black girls in there crying.
Wow.
Like, in there like crying. I'm looking like it caught me off guard. Like I was starstruck. I'm like, she's like really crying tears right now.
Yeah.
Because she sees me, and like
that's what's
just
up,
for
bro.
that to happen, especially being a little black girl, like
you
don't ever see that, and it's
that's facts, bro.
And I was like really like looking around, like wow, like this is really happening.
Man, you said something real, man. Just kind of like where we from, our area, and all that. Arkansas, Oklahoma, to me in general, is just a super slept on state in regards to basketball.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the fact that we have somebody like yourself who's constantly doing this, still doing this, doing it at a high level, does do a lot for the people, bro.
Right.
And going to continue to do
You feel me? You feel me? Because everybody, like we talk about all the time, you don't have them resources.
Yeah.
You don't get them, bro.
Yeah, at all.
You feel me? So, I don't know, man. I'm just want to say, like, I'm super proud, bro, on some real
Yeah.
stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, that's a
Yeah.
good look, bro.
Yeah.
Seriously.
Because we don't. Like, it's down there, it's very limited. Like, even in
Very.
Fort Smith, it's limited. Like, we got Yusuf down there who trains guys, and then I think, Dustin trains kids, but, like, other than that, this ain't LA, this ain't New York. You ain't got thousands of gyms to go to.
Right.
You got to struggle to get in them if you ain't locked in.
Man.
Like,
Facts.
it's wild. And that was another one of the things, like I said, when I'm building a gym down there for sure. That's open to everybody. And so, like,
yeah.
man,
it's
like,
hard, man.
you don't get the opportunity. Like, you got to really, like, you know, work and keep your head down at the opportunities you get. Because if you don't, it can just get swept under the rug and you get lost in the sauce. So
Facts.
Yeah, let's answer a couple of questions. I've seen some in the chat. Laney may have.
Yeah, if you want me to read some, I can.
Yeah, you can. I mean, if they're not, hopefully it's not nothing crazy.
No. One of the good questions in the first stream we had before we had to stop it was, who do you model your game after the most? Like, who is an NBA player you would say you model your game after most?
I'll take a couple for a couple guys. Like, Fred VanVleet is one of them.
Okay.
Kyle Lowry is another one. Jalen Brunson. You know, them probably
Clay loves Jalen.
Yeah.
I can see that though.
My Mavs got rid of him, bro.
Yeah,
I'm so sad.
yeah, they shouldn't have did that.
No,
Man,
at all.
They shouldn't have did that.
Tough.
But them three
They
guys,
can get you, though. They'll be fine.
I hope so.
Hell yeah.
Them three guys, probably the most for me is who I try to, you know, bigger, a little stockier, you know, shorter guards who can really shoot it, play off 2 feet, and you know, who know how to play the game. And so probably them three is the most I'll try to model my game after.
That's
I
nice.
think that's huge for young hoopers at home. Like, don't try to be Steph.
Somebody you're not.
Right.
Yeah.
For real, though.
Don't try to go in here and try to be LeBron.
There's one Steph Curry in the world, if we're being honest, and
Yeah, and it's him.
we never see it again.
And these are legit pros that he's naming.
Yeah.
So it's like, sometimes again we just get so caught up in, oh, you gotta, if you ain't Steph, you ain't nothing. If you ain't Kyrie, you ain't nothing.
Exactly.
What are you saying? Like, what would we be? Come on.
Fred VanVleet make $80 million.
What? And shooting the cover off the ball.
Yeah.
And Jalen Brunson
Nobody-
just got broke off too.
What?
So I don't care what nobody say. Like, hand me $80 million. I'll do whatever you ask.
What?
Yeah.
Big time pros for sure.
Another good question in the chat was, how did you handle it in those times that you wanted to give up?
It was times I spent JUCO in the showers, tears coming down my eyes. You know, in JUCO, you get out crying. Them dudes may call you all types of names, I guess.
Yep.
And like, again, Tony Hudson, man, listen, I ain't never told him this. He probably gonna see this, but he saved my basketball career in a sense because I was in JUCO. It wasn't going right for me, and I'm in my room watching high school highlights and like trying to figure out what it is. And he in the room telling me like, my high school over with. That can't save you no more.
Yeah.
Like, if you're going to lock in and get better, you're going to be on the bench.
Yeah.
And, like, even though I'm thinking at the time, like, bro, shut up. Like, he really, like, telling me what it is. And, like,
sometimes you need that, though.
Yeah, and he was, like, even though he was a sophomore, he was my vet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and I needed that. I needed a vet to humble me.
Exactly.
And tell me, like, look, like, you going to lock in or you going to sit here and cry? What you going to do?
Yeah.
And so a lot of times, like I said, it was tough, but at the same time, I knew, like, Tyler, if you just keep going, tomorrow could be the day.
That's
and
hard.
I told myself that every day. If you keep going, tomorrow could be the day. Or next week could be the day. Next month could be the day. So it's like, if you don't and you stop and you go back home, you can't, what are you going back to?
Yep.
Like, what you gonna do? And so it was that I had to continue to tell myself that, like, look, God may not be doing it right now, but I promise you, he got something bigger on the horizon. And lo and behold, man.
That's what's up.
Here you are
bro.
at Kansas State.
Yeah.
Coming
Man,
this
what?
fall.
I'm at all the. I'm finna be about 7 games, bro.
Yeah, I
I'm
can't.
pulling up a show.
I can't wait. I see one question I'll take from you, Laney, is how excited are you to compete in the Big 12?
I'm super excited. At the highest level, now I feel like, as confident as I am now, I still have so much work I have to do, so much I got to get better at now. But, like, now scouts, now the world ain't going to be able to say, this is Conference USA, this is mid-major. Now they finna see. Like, this ain't no cakewalk no more. Big 12 is the best league in the world with some of the best players in the world, and now they ain't going to be able to say nothing.
Yeah.
Like, they ain't going to be able to have no little hyphen next to it, whatever. Like, they ain't gonna be able to say it's because he played this player, because he played this team. Nah, like, now y'all gonna see.
Yeah.
And I mean
Love
that.
it. Love
Yeah,
it.
I really mean that.
I can't wait.
Yeah.
Me too. And Kansas State with their run, they're gonna get a lot of media attention.
Oh my gosh! And that just adds to the pressure. And so like now it's on me. I got the platform, and now I got to put my head down and work. And it's not gonna be given. And I'm excited for the challenge.
Man, that's what's
amazing. Do you have one more that you feel, Lainey? Let's see.
Yeah, I think we good.
Yeah, I think we're good. Well,
covered a lot of that.
I know that I'm hoping and praying this pod gets out to a lot more people.
Yeah,
because this is we had some deep conversations in here, and I hope you gain a lot more fans that you didn't already have. We're gonna try to do our best to blast it everywhere.
Absolutely.
To get.
No, this was dope.
There. This was truly an amazing experience, and thank you for coming on the pod.
Appreciate y'all having me.
Clap it up, man. Hey. W guest
for sure.
W guest. Is there anything that you want to tell the people? Any, just whatever comes to mind.
I know there's a lot of naysayers out there like doubting K-State right now, but don't worry, we coming, man.
We're gonna clip
that for the postseason.
I'm with that.
We coming for sure.
Well, again, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for joining us.
Appreciate you.
Be safe when you go down there on the 4th.
Yep.
And we'll be rooting for you from here. And like Jay said, we may pop out a couple games.
Oh, yeah, guaranteed. Guaranteed. We on that.
Down the street, anything you got?
No, man, just super proud of you, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? The progress that you've made, whether you see it or not, we see it.
Appreciate it.
Those who've really been locked in, and just kind of following your journey, bro, it's a pleasure for sure. And just excited to kind of keep watching you grow and just become the best player you are in person in general, bro. On and off the court, just listening to you talk, bro, like bright future ahead of you. No bull. So that's it for me.
Y'all gonna have to hit the lowdown clap.
What is that? Oh, yeah. Okay.
Come on, Clay.
Wow, I just looked very uncultured.
They might be on you.
We got you.
They might be on you for that one.
No, we will definitely be hitting the lowdown clip.
No, we'll
record it and send it to you. Golly, wow. Clip that one.
Yeah, they're gonna be on you for that one.
Yeah, they will. But again, dude,
W Pod, man.
Yeah, W Pod. Hopefully we can get in the gym tomorrow before you leave.
For sure.
You're always welcome anytime you want.
For sure.
We would love to Zoom you in too.
Oh yeah.
We can always Zoom you in.
Yeah.
And if you need, I know college is hard time sometimes when money gets tight. You ever need a meal or anything and you're in town, hit us up.
For sure.
We'll help cook you one. She makes pretty good chicken and what is that stuff you make? Just chicken. What is it, chicken and
lasagna?
rice?
That lasagna hard.
Oh, I do. Yeah, I do make pretty good
pasta. But yeah, you're always welcome. Go ahead.
They want your Instagram too, Tyler. If you want to give me Instagram,
it's at Tylor Perry. It's just my name, Tylor.
O-R.
Yeah, not the Medea.
Where do
you have any favorite?
Somebody did say at the beginning of the chat, they said since his name is Tyler Perry, he has to name his favorite Tyler Perry movie.
Do you have one?
Probably Meet the Browns.
That's a good one.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a good.
That's
one.
solid.
Probably Meet the Browns.
Yeah.
Or Family Reunion.
Both of them good though.
Mm-hmm.
But I love his plays though. So
Yeah. That's the classics right there. Them classics.
Really good. We'll make sure and we'll comment your Insta on there and stuff and pin it. Again, man, thank you so much for joining us. You're always welcome. Hopefully, we know you're going to have a successful season. We can't wait to watch
Appreciate it. Thank you.
With that being said, Jay, you can take us home.
Appreciate you guys for being here. I know this is a late one too, so thank you. And we'll catch you on the next one. GG's G. We'll see you. Peace.